What about this year's team for you guys? The 2024-2025 Warriors. What is that looking like for you guys? Obviously now you guys just lost Clay to the Mavericks and trying to find your identity for this year's team. It's early in the season. You guys are 6-1, right? You're about to play the reigning champs tomorrow. So what's it looking like trying to find the identity of the team this year?
So I just finished speaking to you about the know-how.
Mm-hmm.
When you know how, you also know what it looks like. And this team, to me, reminds me a lot of our 2022 team, where it ain't a bunch of big names, you know what I'm saying? It ain't a bunch of guys that we went out and got and you like, man, they went and got Paul George, you know what I'm saying? Or like, they went and got Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that. In 2022, the reason we won a championship is because we had Nemanja Bjelica, Otto Porter, Gary Payton II had made the team out of training camp and played a vital role.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we won a championship. Because and what am I saying about those guys? They just knew how to play. Those guys just knew how to play Buddy Hield. Those guys just knew how to play Kyle Anderson. Those guys just happened to know how to play DeAnthony Melton, right? And you had a young Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, right? Like you had Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, Trace Jackson-Davis. Like, so there was this mix of youth, kind of your in-betweeners at that point. I'm in year 9, 10. Steph's in year 12, Clay 10. If I'm in 9, Clay's in 10. Right? And so this team reminds me a lot of that team where you got your guys that know how and just a bunch of dudes that know how to hoop. They know how to play. They know how to play the game the right way. Lindy Waters, like they know how to play the game the right way. And because of that, that then puts us in the position to do what we know needs to be done, to do what we know how to do, and then to put our know-how to use. And so I think I see this team a lot like that team, where you're using different guys on given nights. It could be a different guy. But I think this team can really put it together and do something special. And so it's crazy. I was just telling Rick Celebrini, I was downstairs doing a court hit before I got on. And because, I had the back issue in 2022. And anytime I feel my core getting weak, I start to feel it in my back. And so I just needed to get that core hit in.
For sure. Yeah.
And I was just telling Rick, I said, I'm excited for the game tomorrow. He said, why? I said, for a couple reasons. Whether we win by 30 or lose by 30, it don't matter. And guys should understand going into this game, whether we win by 30 or lose by 30, if we win by 30, don't get too high. It don't mean nothing. If we lose by 30, don't get too low. It don't mean nothing. But it is a measuring stick game. And so you don't go into the game worried about the game and the outcome, but you do go in the game and make sure whether you win or lose, you can take something from both of them. And so I'm excited. And then also you got new guys. We playing a lot of guys. You need to see who's the guys that can stand up in this environment, because this is a different environment. You know what I'm saying? They just won the championship and we beat them in the championship here. So those fans are going to want to look at us and be like, yeah, we got one. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And that's the environment you're going into. On top of Steve Kerr with Jason Tatum in the Olympics. That's the environment, right? And so you want to see how your guys going to react in this environment. Again, it ain't the end-all, be-all, but it will tell you something leaving out of it. So I'm excited as hell for this game tomorrow. I think this is a good
what you're saying is everybody need to go ahead and tune into that game tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be a good game. One way or the other. Either we're going to beat their ass, they're going to beat our ass, or it's just going to be a good game. But I think, early in the season, you got us facing off. You got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Steph Curry, myself. It's going to be a good game. And I think, it's one of those games coming off today. There's no NBA games today on Election Day, so coming off today and coming back with that, I think it's going to be a great, fun game, fun environment.
Absolutely.